Tiny, how to deal with spouses, family and friends while creating a business, while starting a business?
Okay. It is challenging because a lot of the goals are your own personal goals. So you need to have, let's call it, 50, 60% of your own goals, 10, 20% of your, goals with the family, some of the goals with your friends, some of the goals with the kids. So you have to hold on to those goals, because what happens is that, let's use a simple scenario. There's a family get together, but you have to work, okay? So there's pressure on the spouse. Where's Tiny? Where's your husband, or where's your wife? Or she's working. Well, she's been doing that business for 5 years. It's not going anywhere. So forth, so forth. So there's always going to be people there who are, in a sense, supportive, but also don't want you to, waste your money or waste your time. There's going to be, as I said before, sometimes it's jealousy where, somebody's achieving something, but people will see the negative. Well, he's never there on these holidays, or he's never there. So people will also exaggerate. If you end up not, let's say there's 20 family get-togethers a year, and you end up going to 12 of them. Well, in one sense, you've got to 60% of them, so you've got to more than half. But people will always focus on the 8 that you didn't, So it is really just holding on to what you believe in and doing the best you can with your talent and with your goals, and also enjoying the times that, you've achieved them, and, you've sent the whole family to holiday together and you've spent quality time. So sometimes you might sacrifice, 10 weekends, but you end up going to Disneyland for 3 weeks non-stop with the family. So, it is one of those things that it's a kind of like a boring routine, but the end result is brilliant. As I said, in some cases, I'm not saying that it's wrong to be there every weekend with the kids and to do everything with the kids and bits and pieces. The kids will still have a great time. You might not. You've got to decide what you want to do. In one sense, there has to be sacrifice. Like when you buy a house, it's normally 2 to 3 years of saving up in bits and pieces, and 2 to 3 years of struggling to make the repayments, and as your income grows, and so it's 5 years sacrifice for a house, but you get to enjoy the house for the next 30, 40 years. So it's a similar sort of scenario with business. There is this certain amount of sacrifice that you have to do, dealing with friends, dealing with family. You might lose a few friends along the way because you're not visiting them as much, or you're always busy, or this and that and the other. But at the end of the day, make sure that your goals are worth it. Make sure that your goals are worth it, so that later on in life you can enjoy it. Going back to me losing a few friends, or not necessarily losing a few friends, not seeing a few friends over the beginning of the career, but then 20 years later, asking them to come to Peru or Africa or all those, and they say, oh look, I can't do it because I can't afford it, and blah blah blah. It's totally understandable. Everybody's got their path, but you have to, whatever your goals are your goals. If somebody comes along and says, yeah, but I don't want to do that, and you just say to them, it's not your goal, it's my goal. You can have your own goal list, your spouse can have their own goal list, but you have to have your goal list that drives you, your personal, your family, your kids, your friends, whatever you want to do, your charity, all that sort of stuff. So that's why you always have to have 10 to 20 goals sitting there to drive.
Should we expect that our family is supportive? Should we take that into calculations when we start a business?
The family will always be supportive, but it's a long road. It's a very long road. So you've got to also understand their point of view, where, okay, it's been 2 or 3 years, your business is still plodding along, you're just making normal income, your family's going to say, well, look, why don't you just get a normal job? You're spending an extra 20, 30 hours in your business and you're making the same amount that you would. So they're good in one sense because they care for you. and they don't want you to fail because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a whole lot. But they've also got to understand, it's a long road. It's a long road. Anybody who makes it in the first, 1 month or 2 months, that's a freak thing. That's one in every million who do that. In Australia at the moment, there's probably about 25 million people. There's 2.7 million businesses. Mainly they're small. So almost 1 in every 9 people are a business. So not all of them are succeeding, Not all of them are succeeding. But yeah, it's a very long road. The support will be there for the first months, but after years of doing it, it's kind of like fades off. And they're, in most cases, they're caring in the sense of, okay, you probably need to get out of this, blah, 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 blah. But as I said, if you've saved up for it and you've planned for it, you're pretty much safe. You've just got to put the time in.